Do me a favor. Hit the dislike button. Thumbs this video down. And before I begin this video and express my message, jump in the comments and try to discourage the message before you even know what it is. Do your best, okay? Because I'm going to say something that you clearly that you're not going to like. Let me say it now. Many of you boxing fans out there, many of you boxing fans, you guys don't want boxers to carry themselves like warriors. You don't want boxers to carry themselves like fighters. Let me tell you what you want. You want boxers to carry themselves like you. Hit the Tyson bam. You want boxers. Let me tell you how I know. I read the comments in my podcast, ShowBizz The Morning Podcast. I look in our war room and I read the comments there in the live chat in the war room. And let me tell you what I see that's extremely consistent. Many of you boxing fans don't want boxers to carry themselves like warriors. Let me explain. Hit the thumbs down, please. Hit the dislike. Jump in the comments. Say what you got to say. When a fighter fights the best and lose, you make sure you magnify the loss. You make sure you talk about the loss more than anything. Why? Because you are afraid to lose. You are afraid to fall flat on your face in front of everybody. So you would only encourage those who are undefeated, which is killing the sport of boxing. Let me tell you a little secret. If the best fought the best, they'll lose. If Errol Spence, undefeated, fought Terrence Bud Crawford, undefeated, when that fight's over, one of them's going to lose. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to put a magnifying glass on the loss, on whomever lost. But you're not going to applaud the fact that they fought each other in the first place. You claim that you want the best to fight the best. But really, all you are is discouraging the fighters to fight each other. Think about it. When I bring up Showtime Sean Porter, yeah, and I say if he beats Terrence Bud Crawford, he's the best in the world, you guys keep trying to remind me of his losses. While I'm continually, consistently hyping up the fact that he took on those fighters. He fought the best. I am feeding the idea of the best fighting the best. You are adding to the idea that, hey, this fighter, in order to be the best, he shouldn't take a loss. Newsflash. If you fight the best and you do it consistently over and over and over again, you will lose. One day I said, Canelo Alvarez, he will lose. A whole bunch of Canelo Alvarez fans jumped in my comments and said, oh, ShowBizz, you're hating on Canelo. He would never lose. Not knowing that I'm giving him love, saying that he will eventually lose because he's fighting the best. If the best fight the best, you're surely going to lose. If you keep pushing the envelope and you keep pushing yourself, none of these people are invincible. You're going to bump into something that's going to beat you. He did already against Floyd Mayweather. If he keeps pushing himself, he's going to lose again. And that's great. You guys don't realize that. When I bring up Deontay Wilder and I say, Deontay Wilder, please stop complaining. Forget the excuses. Jump in the gym and train. Many of you jumped down my throat, got on me. You hate Deontay Wilder. And I said time and time again, if Deontay Wilder starts training, starts punching something, starts seeing results, he himself, he's going to grow stronger. He's going to feel more and more invincible. Now, when you hear him talk, he talks about his thirst for blood. He wanted in blood. He sounds like a warrior. Why? because he's training. When he was sitting down on the couch, healing up from his bicep surgery, you know what he was sounding like? Like you. That's why you liked it so much. Why? Complaining takes no effort. What I ask of is effort. Get off your back, keep trying. Even if you fall on your face in front of a bunch of people, get back up, dust yourself off, and keep trying. And you guys look at me and say, oh, that's a hater. That message you're pushing, ShowBizz, to stop with the excuses and to keep trying, I'm going to discourage you from that. Why? Because you're asking me to try. I don't want to try. I want to complain and say, this person is why I'm not making it. This person is why I'm not making it. And you're not pointing at yourself. And when you saw Deontay Wilder complaining, you were like, that's my type of guy. Hit the dislike button. Hit the dislike button. When I talk about Canelo Alvarez, and I talk about Jamal Charlo, and I talk about Boo Boo Andrade, and I talk about even Triple G, all those guys. And I say consistently, don't get in that long line waiting on Canelo to bless you with a fight. Fight each other. Build your own legacy. Be proud of you. Canelo isn't above you. Be above the rest. He's not greater than you. Have that mentality. Charlo, fight Andrade. Charlo, fight Jacobs. Charlo, fight Triple G. Boo Boo Andrade, fight Triple G. Fight David Benavidez. Why don't you guys fight each other instead of trying to keep your resume preserved and waiting that long line to meet Canelo Alvarez? Build your own legacy. He'll come to you. Hit the Tyson bell. When I say those things, many of you boxing fans say, oh, you're a Canelo fanboy trying to protect him. You don't even know what you're listening to. Hit the thumbs down. Hit the dislike button, please. Why? Because you don't like the sound of these boxers sounding like warriors, sounding like fighters, people who are willing to try, have that self-worth and value, build their own legacy brick by brick. Take on the best, get knocked down, get back up, give everybody the finger, and try again. Why? Because that doesn't reflect you. No. Don't fight the best and risk a loss. Because soon as you lose, here I am with the magnifying glass, pointing out that loss. Smack you on the hand for fighting the best. No, I'm going to talk about how this guy's undefeated. Who did he fight? Doesn't matter. He's undefeated. Woohoo! Right? That's what I'm going to do. Deontay Wilder, ShowBizz said, hey, jump in back in camp. Start training ASAP. The more you train, the more you're going to sound like a warrior. The more you complain, the less of a warrior you're going to sound like. You're going to sound like us. Deontay Wilder is far more of a warrior than we are. And he's starting to sound like it and look like it once again. Yeah, he complains a bit, have those excuses, but it's less and less. Deontay Wilder wants it in blood. That's the guy that I wanted. That's the guy that I was looking for. Now I'm inspired by Deontay Wilder. That's the type of effort that discourages you because it doesn't reflect you. You like when he's complaining, having excuses, because you're a boxing fan. Hit the thumbs down, hit the dislike. Jump in the comments, discourage my message. But I've read enough of your comments. And I saw enough of your live chats in the war room during my ShowBizz The Morning podcast. And I thought it was extremely important to deliver this message. Let me tell you what we need to do. When somebody like Terrence Crawford is fighting Porter fighting Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence fighting Kell Brook, or Errol Spence fighting Danny Swift Garcia, Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez fighting each other, when Anthony A.J. Joshua is fighting Usyk, Tyson Fury and Wilder fighting, Forget the loss. Who cares? They fought each other. They're fighting each other. That's what you celebrate. Because I promise you, when you fight the best, you get better. And I'm talking about you. Every morning when you get up and you fight the best fight, you get better. Forget complaining. Do the best you can do. Forget excuses. Do the best you can do. And I promise you're going to get results. And if you fall flat on your face, the real ones are going to help you get back on your feet and applaud when you stand up. Now put the magnifying glass on the fact that you fell on your face. When I talk about all those other fighters in the long line, that Canelo line, and I say build your own legacy. Build your own legacy. Focus on your children. Don't look at what Tom, Dick, and Harry is doing. Build your own legacy. I told you guys a long time ago, I never talk boxing. Talking about us. Hit the thumbs down. Hit the dislike. Jump in the comments. Discourage my message. ShowBizz the adult. I'm out.